me as an artist, the only thing that I owe my fans is for me to be authentic and for
Mm.
me to be true to the story I'm trying to tell and the feelings that I'm trying to share with them. And I think that's really what fans want. Like they want to feel connected to you, and I think the way that they feel connected to you is by being authentic, and that's how I do it. So,
Yeah, keep keeping it real.
yeah,
Nah, and they can see that. They can feel it. I'm sure they can feel it when you're performing as well.
yeah,
Um, so they'll be able to tell if you start trying to stray from that and just stick to whatever is popping at the time. As far as inspiration, you say you didn't need any, but do you feel it's easier to make songs when you're sad versus happy, or is it kind of just whatever emotion you're in, or how does that work out? Especially when you have songs that are kind of heartbreak songs, but then you may be in a happy relationship and you just have to perform those heartbreak songs.
yeah.
How do you kind of balance that with your everyday emotions?
Hmm. I think for sure it's easier to get something out when you get it out in the moment that you're feeling the emotion. I think for me though, like it's easy for me to channel that stuff. Because I have like different practices that I do. Sometimes like I'll watch a movie and I'm like, I'm gonna write about that particular moment in the movie. I'm gonna write about that. Or sometimes I'll just be delusional and make up a whole story in my head and write
Okay.
about that.
Right.
I think for me, inspiration is like a crazy thing because like as an artist, I think it's a lot easier to feel things like through different forms of art.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you read a poem and that makes you cry, or like you watch a movie and you're like, whoa, like that made me really happy. Like why did
Yeah.
that make me happy? And I think like tapping into those moments that you have in your life is actually how like you get the inspiration.
Mm. Is there a certain emotion that you love to tap into the most?
Love.
Love.
Yeah, for sure, love.
I love love too. Love is a
I think
powerful
we all love
thing,
love.
right? What's your definition of love?
That's a hard question. I
That's
don't
a hard
know.
question. I feel like it could
Um,
change based on generations, based on geographics, based on the own person's relationship. So I'm curious
yeah.
about how you see it and how it shows up in your life.
I think love is like an action thing. I think that love isn't necessarily something that you can define with words. Like love can make you do crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like just plain and simple. Like somebody could hurt you, and because you love them, you'll still do anything you can to make sure that they win or like
Hmm.
make sure that they succeed. And so, I think love is just like a feeling. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain. Like it's an uncontrollable like force.
Right.
That's how I would define it. Like
Yeah, I can feel that. It's kind of that overwhelming nature of something taking over you where it can either boost you or it can maybe make you do things that you otherwise wouldn't do because you're blinded by it, right?
right.
Um, do you know what's the difference for you as far as when it's something worth fighting for, when you're in that love versus, okay, I might love that person, but it may be time to let that person go?
I haven't learned that yet.
You haven't learned that yet?
I
That's
haven't
fine.
learned that. I think I'm super like stubborn,
Yeah.
and so sometimes I feel like nah, like if we keep trying at this, we'll figure it out at some point.
Right.
So I have the people around me like have shown me discernment and how to like know when to step away from something, and um, I think that's probably like one of the hardest things that like I've had to learn in the past like few years.
Yeah, and some people never learn that. So,
Yeah,
don't feel bad. It's hard. Like you said, love is a powerful thing. So it's good to have those outside factors that can kind of like fill in your blind spots. Like, hey, Shelby, I know you love her, but it might not be the best. But we're wishing you well in your relationship, and hopefully, right now, everything is what it should be. Who are you in a relationship?
I'm definitely like the lover girl, like the simp.
Yeah,
Like
you just
I'm
want to love up on somebody.
I'm
Yeah,
definitely that person. Just full of love and
full of love. Well,
yeah.
keep loving, keep making music about love. I think that's something that will never go out of style, and there's so many different facets of it that you can continue to reinvent it, continue to talk about whatever your experiences are for that year. So I think that's a good inspiration to draw from when you're making the music.
Yeah,